All right, welcome to another shining episode of the Q and J Show.
Q and J. It's Q and J.
How many shots of espresso did you have?
I think 4.
4.
Woo!
Good morning.
I just blew out everyone's eardrums. I hope you were listening with headphones. If you were, rip.
Yeah, really.
Just like Hello Games, and you opened up the windows. You hit Windows on the computer behind you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Windows.
Yeah.
It's still recording. We're good.
This episode brought to you by Windows Vista.
Yeah.
Don't buy 7 or 10. Just stick with Vista, because that's the only one everybody likes.
All right, so Hello Games.
Oh, God.
I don't know if you guys have been following this. I've been trying to.
Remember, take a shot every time we mention No Man's Sky.
The original story was that they have broken their silence finally by tweeting, "No Man's Sky was a mistake."
Yeah?
Let's see if I can read through this. The company came under fire following the launch of the game, which failed to live up to the expectations and was accused of false advertising as a result of its marketing. Hello Games founder Sean Murray received the most amount of flack, with those who had previously been looking forward to the game branding him a liar, among making unfavorable comparisons to Peter Molyneux. You know that name?
Uh-uh. We'll Wikipedia that here in a minute.
Sure. So the tweet was posted about 1:58 in the UK.
Standard time.
Yeah, BST Standard Time, British Standard Time.
I guess.
In the by the UK developer.
Our UK listeners, let us know in the comments section.
Yes. Before the developer's Twitter account was made private, screen grabs on the tweet, which you can see in this image, but you can't because this is radio.
Welcome to radio, where you can't see anything.
Considering that the Twitter account was almost immediately made private following the tweet being posted, many have speculated that the account may have been hacked. There have been no tweets posted to the official No Man's Sky Twitter account run by Murray since August 18th.
I looked up who you said, Peter Douglas Molyneux. Yeah, he made Fable.
Oh.
Did not know that.
I like Fable.
And Black and White and
Black and White.
Dungeon Keeper.
I never played Dungeon Keeper.
So I'm guessing that was supposed to be a good thing that he was compared to him at first, and then I don't understand.
Unfavorable comparison.
Huh, that's weird. I liked Fable.
Maybe he did something bad.
You guys spank it.
Leave it in the comments section.
I do know that, wasn't it, like he sent out those tweets. Okay, so he sent out the tweet saying that No Man's Sky was a mistake, and then he sent out another tweet like 5 minutes later saying it was hacked or something, and then he asked Hello Games if they were still hacked.
First update for the story was, according to Forbes, the tweet was from Sean Murray.
Right.
So, someone told Forbes that Sean Murray said this was Sean Murray said this was his. In an email from his personal account, he reportedly wrote, "The tweet is from me, but somebody from the team took it down. We have not been coping well." So it sounds like Sean Murray
snapped.
The tweet. Probably that's kind of what it looks like.
So he absolutely
and then
lost it. That's great.
It down.
I mean, that's terrible. I feel bad for Sean Murray.
I do too.
Because I don't feel like it's his fault necessarily.
No, he was probably pushed to get that game out.
See, and that's what I heard too.
Time, which makes sense.
There was a lot of stuff. I don't remember if it was Kotaku. Maybe I was just watching Rooster Teeth, but they were talking about how Sony was really, really kind of pushing them to get No Man's Sky out the door, because it had been so long and so dragged out of a process that it wasn't flushed. And then Sony, of course, threw them under the bus as soon as No Man's Sky was out, which is great.
The latest update to the story is that Hello Games has confirmed that the tweet was posted as a result of a hack.
So they did say that it was.
That's what they're saying.
So
truth or not?
I think what happened was Sean Murray snapped, posted the tweet, and then either he got flack from his team or he got flack from Sony. I'm guessing Sony because they've got the bigger guns.
Yeah. And
so he took it down, and now they're going with the hacked quote-unquote story.
Right.
In order to, cover it up so that way they don't get the fallout from it.
Right.
I don't. That's nuts. I feel bad for him. Poor guy. He was so excited for this game to come out, and then he just I think he got eaten. Like,
Well-
he got eaten by the industrial machine, and that was it.
Yeah, and he got pushed out there as the front man, and nobody from public relations stepped up to help.
Well, because he was so lovable.
Yeah,
Like, he was... It's weird to say that about a developer, because when you think of a developer like Activision or Bethesda, you picture these really faceless companies. Like, who is it that does Bethesda's, kind of stuff now? Sorry, we're fighting.
Yeah, we're fighting over chairs,
We're fighting
sorry.
over chairs in the studio. I can't remember who they have come out now at Bethesda press conferences. Todd Howard, that's his name. Todd Howard is now kind of like trying to be that front man for Bethesda, but at the same time, it's, he's not as lovable as the underdog that Sean Murray was. Sean Murray was so small in comparison to Todd Howard.
is that the giant man who used to own pizza restaurants?
Who?
Todd Howard.
Was he?
Who used to? I don't know. Is it his big guy?
He's a real small guy.
Okay, there's one guy I can't think of who it is. He's like a giant. Sorry, I'm just trying to put a face on.
Julius Caesar from Caesar Pizza?
No.
Little Caesar? That's who owns Little Caesars, right? It's Julius Caesar?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
sweet.
That
I
is
knew it.
exactly.
Explains why every time I stab my pizza, it goes et tu, Brute.
Yes.
Hmm.
But you got to turn it upside down and stab it in the back.
Oh, that's true. Then all the toppings fall out.
Yes.
So I just stab through the bottom of the box. It makes more sense. That's how I cut my pizza.
So Sean Murray.
Yeah. So he was so lovable, and I think that was part of the other part of the issue is because the internet and everybody made him out to be this kind of heroine of indie games and kind of a champion for gamers, and he couldn't. I don't know if he couldn't hold up to it or he fell into the limelight and became too popular for his own good too fast. I mean, it kind of happens. He almost got like the Kardashian treatment where his life exploded, and because of it, he couldn't get away from it.
Yeah. Well, and I think about the game itself, I think the part that hurts the most is how much it costs.
What hurts the most is being so close. And then having a cruddy game.
And having a game
Oh, that game was terrible.
represented as a AAA game.
Well, and price is a AAA
That's
game.
what I mean. Price is a AAA game. I mean, we're expecting more. I mean, it would have been great. I would have paid $20 for that game.
I would have paid $40, honestly. $40 I think wasn't bad. What was Minecraft when it first came out? $5? Or it was
Something.
free for the longest time, and then it was $5, and now I think it's $20.
Yeah.
And Minecraft is huge, especially if you get it on PC. Captain Sparkles, that's all he does is make Minecraft stuff, and just tons and tons of content. So,
yeah, if they could have, I don't know, they were really ambitious. I loved the idea of, 18 billion
quintillion planets too. Yeah. Well, and I think that's cool, and I think that this was a good step forward, but it felt like just a glorified tech demo.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was something that was showcased at the Sony press conference as like, check out what the new PlayStation 4 Pro can do. It can generate 14 quintillion billion planets for you to explore. And it's like, oh, that's cool. But what games are coming out on it? Like, that's what No Man's Sky has become. It's a laugh.
Yeah.
And after so much strife on Hello Games as well, because they what did they have? They had their studio flood. They had a bunch of issues with the licensing. They came under attack from that drone company.
Oh, yeah?
And so, that was a big issue. And then they pushed the release date back once. And, they had so many issues trying to get it out the door that when it was finally out the door, I think everybody was breathing a sigh of relief that it was out. And then everybody looked at it in horror because it was disfigured and destroyed.
Well, the first the first hour or so of gameplay was amazing. It was so cool.
It was unique.
And then it was the same
5 planets.
Yeah, right. There's
There's the gas planet, the jungle planet, the frozen. There's Hoth. There's Kashyyyk. There's and that was it. And then it's the same 4 aliens.
Yeah.
There's
only I think it's three alien types. There's the Viking, the robot guys.
The Vikings.
It's
Space Vikings.
I know it's
bringing on Ragnarok, Space Vikings.
I know it's the Viking.
The Viking.
The Viking. I just call them the Vikings.
Yeah.
Because it's easier. Anyway.
Yeah, it is. It's way easier to say.
There's the robot guys and then something else.
Well, there's the robot. Then there's
the birds.
The birds. I never actually saw the birds because
No,
I didn't get that far into it. And then there's the Viking or Vikings, which are like the, what did they look like? They look like a race from Star Trek, and I can't remember what they're called. They're ugly.
Monsters.
Yeah, they're just ugly looking guys. And then there's the little ones.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they're called
They look
either.
like little bird. They like sometimes have beaks and stuff.
No, there's like little, like what is the guy called from the little alien from like Toy Story? They kind of look like that.
Yeah, they're just called aliens. They don't have.
Oh, are they?
They don't have. There's like just a generic.
Oh, it's just
little
alien.
green men.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the little green men from Toy Story. That's what those guys look like. But
I want to see if I can find out.
I never, the way that they described it, I thought it would be like tons of species and, tons of this and tons of that. And it just, whenever you have a mushroom attack you on one planet, which was...
oh, look, a little mushroom. Oh, my God!
Oh, no! He's not a fun guy. He's not a fun guy.
Okay, there were the Gek. They are a squat alien race, so that's probably the ones we're thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
The Corvan, which are the alien machine AI. So the Corvax, excuse me. And then the Vakin.
The poor guys. Whose species is named the Gek? It sounds like you're throwing up, like hawking up a hairball. The Gek.
Well, isn't that the name of the guys in Blast? Mass Effect? The Gek?
Is it? I only played
there's robots in there.
I only played through half.
Geth.
Oh,
Geth.
I only played through half of like the first Mass Effect. I never got into it.
It took me a while. I mean, I just because it was so. It was one of the first games that had a lot of things to think about at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
Weapons and biotics or magic.
Yeah, and see, I had just gotten into Fallout New Vegas, so I think that was my RPG standard at that point, and it didn't sit the same way.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I didn't get into it. So, but no, they're not going to be able to come back from this, and if they do, it's because Sony's stuck an IV into them and kept them going.
Did you keep your copy?
It's digital.
Oh.
I can't get rid of it. Yeah. Could you even sell it now? I don't even
That's
think
the thing.
GameStop wants it back.
Yeah, right. I'm keeping it. Even if I had an option, I'm gonna keep it. Just
Are you gonna keep it as like a like how they preserve not Alcatraz, Auschwitz? Like,
yeah, exactly.
This is that's a terrible comparison. I'm sorry, but
it'd be great. Be like,
but that's like the worst humanity has to offer in gaming.
It'll be like when my grandkids like, oh, Grandpa, this game sucks. It's like, you know what? Let me show you.
Let me show you.
Game
yeah,
is.
let me show you a terrible
Yes, it's
game.
all fun for the first 10 minutes. Now go to another planet. Same thing.
And then you try to leave.
Now,
GameStop literally wants $5 for it.
Wow.
That's because they know that it doesn't sell. I don't even think.
What's it worth? Can you buy it? Oh, $5 to buy it, or
$5 to sell it back to them.
Sell it back. Okay.
Which, honestly, GameStop has really cruddy deals anyway. But let me look up and see what what they're selling it for still.
You know what? You should stock up on it because I'm sure one day it'll be like one of those.
It'll be like E.T.
Yeah.
Just terrible game that everybody wants.
Everybody wants.
Be like, oh man, why do you guys want this game? Because it was garbage. Absolute garbage. No, I don't. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. No Man's Sky. Here we go. They're selling it for $40.
What?
New. Pre-owned is only $30.
This is for people who don't have the internet.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Because there's no way.
Yeah, why would you pay? This is for like the mom. See, here's the thing. Moms are going to go buy their little Timmy a Christmas present, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh, Timmy loves Star Wars.
Oh, No Man's Sky.
And there's Star Wars. He already has the Battlefronts. So what do we need to what's a good space game for him? And the guy behind the counter is going to be like, we have 5 bajillion copies of No Man's Sky. We need to move.
Yeah, right.
And she's going to bring out this this new copy of No Man's Sky, which by then will probably only be like $30. Be like, here's this. And little Timmy's going to be so excited on Christmas, and he's going to open that, and his heart's just going to break in half. Because little Timmy knows how to use Reddit.
Right. You know nothing, woman.
And he's been on YouTube and watched like 5 videos on there and knows everything about No Man's Sky. So, I remember when gaming was simpler. If you got a bad game, you just told your friends, and your friends didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Now it's like everybody and their dog has an opinion on a video game. So could you imagine like Donkey Kong Country? like the first Donkey Kong Country that came out. That was a great game. Like,
Yeah.
everybody loves that game.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if the internet had existed when Donkey Kong Country came out? It would have been terrible. Or like, what is it? Link? Is it Zelda 2 or Legend of Zelda 2? It's that awkward one on the NES that's
where
like
it's a
side scroll.
scroller.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine if that had come out and the internet had existed? It would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, everybody looks back and goes, it's a bad game, but it's part of history. But back then, it would have been obliterated.
You know, I think I probably, if I was thinking to myself, would I have bought the game if I had known
It was bad.
it was bad?
And I wouldn't.
I wouldn't have bought it new. Ooh, boy, that made a sound. I wouldn't have bought it new. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad in my ears. I have my headphones.
Oh, did that?
It's like shaking. Oh, see, anything tapping the...
Rapping, tapping on my
It's like
chamber door.
shaking the springs. And
Oh, you can hear the springs going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So try not to
for
touch
listeners.
the desk.
I won't touch anything. Well, you're leaning on it.
Well, I'm not touching it. Every time you drop
I'm
the
not
phone,
touching it. You're
I'm
leaning
not-
on
I'm
it.
tapping on
I'm not touching the desk.
I'm not tapping on it.
Your arm is on the desk.
But it's not moving. It's sedentary. It's like just another piece of equipment.
It's like a coral reef. It
Yes,
doesn't move.
Doesn't move. So if I hadn't put the game on hold or on
Pre-purchase.
for that exciting
I just had a stroke.
X-wing looking ship.
That thing
that
was
you got.
cool though.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
That's what got me.
Yeah. I probably still would have. Maybe I would have waited for the price to drop a bit, but I still think I still would have bought it just to see.
See, and
how
I
bad
wouldn't
it
have.
is.
I wouldn't have. Maybe if it was on Steam sale
Yeah.
a few years from now
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
or something like that, maybe I would pick it up then. But like my cousin gave me $60 for my birthday, and that was what I pre-ordered.
Yeah.
Because I was excited for it. Now I feel like my cousin wasted $60.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because of that. Like, I could have gotten Battlefield 1, which everybody loves. I could have gotten Skyrim Special Edition, which I had to pay for, which, of course, I'm getting. You know, all these games that I could have picked up for $60. Or even, I could have gotten, like, Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon Moon's only, like, $40.
Yeah.
I could have picked that up and then got, like, a $20 game, too.
I would have been way too curious. I would have had to have seen it.
See, and I usually am too, but whenever a bad game, like gaming is one of the things that I've learned not to be curious with.
Yeah.
Like if I compare IGN, GameSpot, Angry Centaur Gaming, and I see, those 3 reviews, and if all 3 of them are, just hot trash, like they give it below like a 6.
Yeah.
Because even a 7 game can be really fun if it's the right type of game, but like if it's below a 6, it's hard pass.
But if I found out that GameStop was offering $5 for it, I would go on to like Craigslist or something like that and be like, in search of No Man's Sky, I will pay $10.
You would pay $10 for no copy of No Man's Sky if GameStop was giving you 5.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
If I did not own it.
Oh, okay.
If I wanted to see it.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to like make money off of
No.
GameStop.
Although I am sitting here thinking about that.
I was
now.
I was about to say, I wonder how cheap
maybe
I could.
should find some
Yeah.
games.
I wonder how cheap I could find like copies of No Man's Sky, like the disc copy, and maybe if I could order like a bunch of them for like $2.50 each, and then
go to
sell them to GameStop for $5.
Walk into GameStop with 10 No
Yeah.
Man's Skies.
I want to sell all of these. You can double your money right there. That's
God, that'd be funny.
brilliant strategy.
There's got to be a point where they'd be like, no, we have enough. We can't take back anymore.
Well, there's 2 GameStops in town too.
Oh, yeah.
So
I
I
almost
just
said
go-
3, but
yeah.
there's one up at the base.
So I do. Wow.
But you can't get there. That's why I almost said.
I can. I have friends that are in
There you go.
I would just, sell like 5 here and 5 at the other one and be like, there you go. They'd probably go, where'd you get all these?
I just
Don't worry about
stood
it.
by the dumpster and
Yeah.
waited for people to come by.
I go to the college
Oh,
and I
yeah.
just wait for people to throw out games.
You
So,
gonna eat that?
are you gonna play that? Can I? Games for the poor.
All right, let's change gears here. Let's take a look at what games are going to be coming out in November, since this is our first episode this month.
4 release dates.
Yep, we got. We'll focus on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, because who cares about PC?
Unless you want to play Owlboy.
Sign me up.
Owlboy. Okay, anyway.
Does he get a nice pair of Hooters?
Oh, I was gonna do a drum roll on desk, but I just remembered not to touch desk.
Here.
All right. So
That wasn't even close.
November yesterday
Yeah.
games that came out. We have Root Letter. I have no idea. I don't know.
That's
Seraph for Xbox One and PS4. No.
Never heard of it.
Super Dungeon Bros.
Hasn't? Nope.
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 Okay. How
No.
about okay, on the 4th, now coming up next week. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
No.
Okay.
I hate Call of Duty.
Cock-a-doodie.
Cock-a-doodie.
I don't know. I like Call of Duty, and I like space too. So
See, and that's the funny thing. Like all the Call of Duty YouTubers that I've been watching, they said they're jumping ship. They're like,
okay.
this is done.
okay.
Yeah.
Again, maybe I'll wait till it's cheap and.
Don't pre-order it, Jay.
No. I did pre-order. I did pre-order the Fractured But Whole.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, my kid wanted it, so we went and picked
Oh
it up.
yeah. Your kid wanted.
Well, I want it too. But,
Yeah.
But they contacted me. They're like, we please pre-order it.
Is it coming out for previous gen or just current?
Current PS4 is what it's coming out on.
Because I didn't.
And I think Xbox One. I don't know.
I didn't see. Because I didn't realize that the Stick of Truth had come out on 360.
Yeah, that was like one of the last games to come out on previous gens.
Huh. That's
I
interesting.
think it was like exclusively on the PlayStation
3 and 360.
3 and Xbox 360. Yeah.
Makes sense. That's probably why I haven't seen it on PlayStation 4 yet.
So
That's
yeah,
weird.
Maybe I'll wait for that one to come out cheaper.
I
But of course, I'll have to have nothing else to play, which I think I'm playing. I have a stack of games that'll last me at least till 2020.
I mean, I got Skyrim Special Edition, so that's going to last
Right.
me until the end of the semester.
I put Assassin's Creed 1 in
Oh,
my
jeez.
Xbox the other day, and I've started that back up because I never finished it. I got like halfway through and got frustrated.
You're going to get another
It is-
halfway through.
Oh my god, it is so frustrating. These people, you can't. There's so much stuff you cannot do in the first one that you can do in the other ones. I've played 4.
Yeah.
And I started playing 3, and I'm just, oh my god, it's killing me.
No,
can't sneak up on people. I can't loot people.
Really?
You can't. You can kill them, and you can't. There's no like stealth. You can't really sneak up on people
Yeah.
unless I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
That seems like a weird mechanic to miss out on is looting.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't move bodies.
really?
Yeah.
So you just have to plan out your kill to where they're hidden around a corner.
Or you just kill them and then you try to blend in as quick as possible. Because the guards will come over and go, "Who did this?
I feel like that defeats.
Where's the man responsible?" I hear that a lot.
I feel like that defeats the stealth aspect of
Yeah,
it.
it's not a stealth game because, like when I played 4. When I played 4, I would sneak around and get into places.
Yeah, and I've been playing Special Edition
Yeah.
Skyrim, and so like last night this guy was like, I have 2 characters. I have Argus the orc, which he sounds like this because he's really stupid because he's an orc. And actually, if you're on my channel watching this, you can check out those videos. I've been doing a lot of the voice for that.
The voice of the
Yeah,
voice.
it's fun. I've been having a blast with it, and I don't really care if people watch because I'm having so much fun with it that I'm just gonna keep doing it. And then I have my personal character, which is an assassin named Ramina, and I always play Wood Elf because they have the bow and they have the
Sure.
sneak and everything
Yeah.
else right away. And so I walked up, and there was like these 4 guys in this cave, and they lined up perfectly for me. Like,
Nice.
one was in the back talking to the one in front of him who was sharpening his weapon, and then one was in front of that one like gutting a mammoth that they had killed,
Okay,
and
yeah, I
then
know
the boss was like staring at a table,
Right.
just like standing there. So I walked up to the back one like mid conversation, and I slit his throat and got the animation. And then the other, he like fell down and hit the dude in front of him, and the dude didn't react because it was a perfect stealth kill. So
Jim, get up! Come on,
Yeah,
not again.
seriously.
Let's not do this again, Jim.
it was a
Come on.
chick. It was a chick, and
Oh.
it fell onto a guy. So I can imagine like the conversation, like, Darlene, okay, seriously,
Darlene.
we broke up a month ago. Stop it.
Debbie, you've been drinking too much.
Yeah, you've been into my meat again, haven't you? And then I walked up and I slit the other dude's throat, and he died. And then I walked up to the third dude, and I slit his throat, and he fell like backwards down these stairs. And that's what made the noise. Is him falling down the stairs alerted the chieftain. So
Yeah.
then I'm standing there, and so I kind of back up a few steps, and I'm in the shadows, and he walks past me. He's like, "Looks like we got a cutthroat around here," and he starts like walking around like looking for me. And he walks back over to the dead bodies and he goes, must have been my imagination. Sheathes his weapon. He looked right at the bodies, steps over the friend on the ramp or on the stairs that he needed to go back to his table, and walks back up there. And so I walked behind him and I slit his throat and killed him.
Must be my imagination. They're not really dead.
Yeah, he's not really dead.
That's
They're
funny.
just all napping.
That's funny. That's not blood. That must be
Somebody spilled orange juice. No, it's
blood orange juice.
blood juice. And they got blood oranges.
Exactly.
Yeah,
See?
there you go.
See where I did that? Worked that in. Okay,
Yeah,
where were we? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Call of Booty Infinite. Never mind,
Da-da-da,
I'm not going to
let's
finish that
see.
sentence.
Also on the PS4 is Sword Art Online,
I see, and I watched the anime,
Uh-huh.
and so I'm interested to see how this does.
Hollow Realization.
Ooh.
See, VR, 3DS, VR.
Oh, wait, what's coming out on the 3DS?
What's coming on the 3DS? We have Super sorry, it says Mario Party Star Rush. My dyslexia made it read Mario Party Slut Rush. So, no, that's not right.
Play the new Super Mario
okay.
Party, where you take cocaine off of hookers.
And then also we got the 3DS. We got the Harvest Moon Sky Tree Village.
Did you ever play Harvest Moon?
I don't think so.
It's actually kind of addicting because it's, you get to like, it's dumb. It's like Sims.
Yeah. Okay.
But with farming. So
Oh.
you just kind of, you settle into it, and then you get kind of invested in it, and then you get addicted to it, and then they put you into rehab, and it's not a bad game. I played it on the GameCube. It was pretty fun.
Okay. Cool. Well, then the PlayStation 4 Pro comes out on November 10th. We're into November 10th now. Oh, those last couple. No, that was not. Okay, Harvest Moon comes out on November 8th.
Okay.
PlayStation 4 Pro comes out on November 10th.
Okay, so quick sidebar on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So I wanted to see about upgrading to the PlayStation 4 Pro,
Sure.
just for fun. Guess how much GameStop is offering for? Okay, so for those of you who have an Xbox One and you want to get the Slim or whatever their version is, and then for those of you who have the PlayStation 4 and want to get the Pro, I went online and I did price comparison because GameStop usually does that 20% extra store trade-in whenever you upgrade to the next console. And so Xbox One to the Slim, and the Slim is $300, I want to say. And GameStop is offering $100 for your Xbox One.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's nothing.
No, yeah.
And then the Pro, I think, is $400, and GameStop is offering $150.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense to upgrade. It's going to cost you just as much to buy another freaking console.
I have been playing video games for a very long time.
Have you now?
Yes,
I could never tell.
Yes. Video game stores really didn't take off until like the PlayStation with like Electronics Boutique. Remember that?
Oh yeah, EB Games and stuff.
Right. That's kind of where I started learning about returning games or selling back games and stuff. I sold back maybe like 4 games. I will never do that again.
Yeah.
Because the games, I sold back. The one I really remember is Devil May Cry. The original. I bought it again. I have it again.
Oh, okay.
I
was about to
repurchased
say
it.
that one's like the best one.
Yes.
From,
yeah. Because I wanted to play it. I'm like, see, that's so I will never sell a game.
Right. Except for No Man's Sky.
No, I'm keeping No Man's Sky. Because I know one day I'll be like,
I need an extra disc for skeet shooting.
No,
where's that No Man's Sky
I'll
game?
Be like, hey, little Jay, come and sit
Little
on
Jay.
my little grandson, little Jay, will come and let me show you this really horrible game. It'll be a bonding experience. I just can't. I love.
You're gonna bond with your kid over No Man's Sky. Seriously, that is a terrible game to bond over.
What would you rather gut a mule?
What?
I don't know.
What do they do in your family?
What do people? I don't know.
There's no in between for you. There's the worst game that's come out in recent history, and gutting a mule.
I don't know. Hunt.
What is what?
Fishing. I fish.
Okay,
I used to fish.
That's a good bonding.
I want to go fishing again.
I was thinking like Mario Party or Mario Kart or something a little easier for him to get it.
Too, but
But you jump to No Man's Sky or gutting a mule.
Maybe it'll be punishment.
You make him gut him. Oh, yeah. I can
That's
see.
it. You go play No Man's Sky. No, I want you to discover
You have to play
4
2
planets.
hours of No Man's Sky.
I want to see reports. I want 4 planets renamed.
Yep. I want them named after each one of your cousins.
Yes.
Yep. That is my new punishment for when I have kids.
Punishment.
You have to.
No,
Dad,
please.
I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Don't make me play No Man's Sky.
Give them like a list of chores. You know, you have to acquire this much gold.
Yeah, like you need plutonium, you need gold, you need zinc. You have to make this much credits.
Yep.
Before I allow you to stop playing and go outside.
Post it on YouTube.
Yep. Crying kids.
Crying games.
This is
the crying game.
The crying game. There we go. We came up with a new YouTube series.
There we go. TM.
I drank right as you said that.
All right, moving on to the 11th. Dishonored 2 is coming out for both systems.
I'm actually excited for that.
And PC.
Did you play the first one?
No.
It was pretty good.
I am so bad. I have played so many games, but I haven't played more.
You've gamed, but you haven't gamed.
Right. There's so many games out there I haven't played.
Yeah. If you can, I think they remastered it.
Yeah.
So
it looks pretty interesting.
The second one I heard is supposed to be like more open world. The first one was kind of linear, kind of like the first Assassin's Creed, I imagine.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited for Dishonored 2. I don't know if I'll pre-order it and purchase it. I'm kind of more excited for Pokemon.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. There's some stuff comes out and it's like I'm not done with one, or I have something else I want.
I might pick it up for Black Friday though.
Oh, there you go.
Because it might be cheaper at Walmart for some reason.
Maybe when I'm done at school and I have one job.
And money. Yeah.
And money. Right now I count school as job, 2 jobs and no money.
See, I have like 3 jobs. With school is one of my jobs.
School as a job, yeah.
Yeah, and then I also have no money.
And no money.
Yeah.
And no car.
No, I have a car. I have my car.
Oh, my chest.
Yeah.
Oh, my left arm's gone numb.
Oh my God.
I've given this man so many rides.
You know what?
That's all right.
I'm not taking you to the hospital after having a heart attack. You know what?
My
car's close, but you know what? You can just die.
I'm gonna go out and press that little blue button. I'm gonna tell him he's somewhere in Heartnet Hall. Find him. All right.
I've left it all in one piece.
Yeah. We also have Overcooked Gourmet Edition.
Ooh.
Cooking Mama.
I cook enough in real life. I don't need a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I love those games where it's like, I don't know how to cook, but I can make some great curry.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to cook, but man, in my cooking game on my 3DS, better watch out.
Actually, what's worse is when you play those games and then you're like, oh, I can make curry.
Oh no.
You cut your thumb off.
What is it, dude? You are in like a cutty mood today. What got into you? You need to stop playing Assassin's Creed.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you're in a slashy mood lately.
I've also been playing Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. I was on a walk the other day and I walked past the fire department. And I'm like, I really want that truck.
That's when you know you've gone way too far down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
Whenever you realize that you want to steal something that you shouldn't steal because you've been playing Grand Theft Auto.
The store's like 2 blocks away. I would get there so much faster if I ripped this guy out of his car. Actual thoughts that have gone through my head.
I've had that thought, but speaking of people in cars, there was a dude that I saw driving yesterday. This is a total tangent. And in his car was so much garbage.
Oh, I've seen.
Have you seen him?
I've seen those people.
No, okay, so like.
In the driver in the.
He can only fit in the side, in like the whole vehicle.
Wow.
And he can literally sit in the driver's seat, and I don't even know if he can fit in there because he was kind of like slunched over a little bit. Okay, for those of you who live out of your car, I don't know how you're watching this, but
go sell your computer, please.
For anyone who's had to live out of their car, because I've been homeless and it sucks, but. There is a difference between being homeless and just being disgusting. And this guy, like, his car was just packed, and it was garbage. Like, you could tell it was garbage because it was like empty wrappers and McDonald's bags and stuff that is just gross. And I understand throwing something in your back seat while you're driving on a long trip, and then you get to a gas station, you throw it out, or you forget about it, and it sits there for a couple days.
Right.
But the amount of stuff, like, he could not see out of his rear window at all, which is illegal, I think. And then he could barely see out of his passenger side window. I mean, it was ridiculous, the amount of garbage this guy had in his vehicle. It scared me. It made me uncomfortable in my car. I went home and cleaned my car. And there's nothing in it to clean. I just went home and cleaned it.
Any idea how to transition out of that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so
back to the next game.
What did I say? Overcooked. Okay.
Yeah, Overcooked.
Watch Dog 2 is coming out.
I didn't like the first one.
I did.
Really?
I did. I liked it. I didn't. I know they say the AI was bad or whatever.
I felt like it was a really cheap GTA clone.
It was.
Like worse than I love Saints Row, but like.
But worse than Saints Row.
But worse than Saints Row, like as far as clonage goes.
I liked. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
See, okay.
I completed it and I enjoyed it.
Here's how I rank it. Like GTA is like the original trilogy.
Yes.
Okay. Then you have Saints Row, which is like the prequels. Okay. Not bad.
Oh, sorry.
But not great.
Yeah.
And then there's the first Watch Dogs, and that's Jar Jar Binks. You just want to kill him the whole movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Or like the third movie. Like the first two prequels I liked, but like the third one,
I liked the idea of controlling it. It got really easy.
That's what I'm
because you
saying.
can
Like
control
the
everything.
curve was so high.
Yeah, I guess that's probably why I was able to finish it, because it got so easy.
You plateaued real soon, and then that was it.
You knew when to hit the button to make the car behind you.
It's like
blow
some people
up
in
or
high
whatever.
school. They plateau early.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Walking Dead, the Telltale series, a new Frontier episode 1.
See, I've heard those are really good, but I've never touched them.
There's a Batman one out there that I want to check out.
I've watched a little bit of Rooster Teeth play it. It
Yeah.
actually is not too bad.
That was kind of cool.
But with a Batman game, I want to fight. I'm sorry, I want to be Batman.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't. I don't know. Like the story side of it was cool, but the combat is what I really like.
And then, okay, now jumping up to the 17th, Assassin's Creed Ezio's Collection.
Okay,
now, I know
keep going.
He's the guy in 2, right?
Yeah, he's in 2, Brotherhood, and I can't remember what the last one is. But there's 3 of them in the Ezio series.
Okay, because I have 2.
4.
I got 2 for free as a free download 1 month on Xbox, so I have that. I'm sure. You know, the thing is these. I got Assassin's Creed something or another for like $5.
Yeah.
So they're cheap. I'm not gonna worry about
Assassin's Creed Burger King. Yeah. No, well, that's how it is. It's like Call of Duty.
It is.
It's just become like nobody cares.
I love it because it's like Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 2 this, Assassin's Creed 2 that, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed something else, and
Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We ran out of numbers because we don't
Assassin-
know how to
no,
count.
It was Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Was it?
Yes.
I didn't think so. I thought it was Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
No, there was an actual number in there.
What's the other one?
I don't know.
Assassin's Creed Revolution.
There's the one where he is. Oh shoot, I can't remember what it's called.
And then the new one where they're gang members in Syndicate.
Syndicate is the newest, I think.
Yeah, and they don't have numbers. I'm pretty sure.
I think they've run it because they did the one where you're. I think it's Assassin's Creed Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, where you can. Yeah. That's the one where you're.
Where you're a Templar.
No, that was 3. 3. No.
No, 3. You begin as a Templar, but you don't know. Oh, spoiler. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
You're first.
If you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3, go sell your laptop and get a house.
It was $5. So
yeah, seriously. If you're listening to this and you live in your car and you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3,
that was the one where I knew you play it as an American Indian, but all of a sudden I'm playing as a Englishman.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, no.
Wait a minute. One of these things is not like the other. No, I don't know. I quit caring about Assassin's Creed after I played 2.
Yeah.
Like I played Brotherhood and I really enjoyed Brotherhood, and then that was it.
You haven't played Black Flag?
I played. Okay, so I guess that's not true. I did
Okay.
play a little bit of Black Flag, but I never could get into it because it was just the same ship over and over again.
Yeah.
And you just
Same ship, different day.
ship every different day, and you just sailed around and just played that.
Like I popped that P.
Yeah, you gotta. It's the same
so I didn't
ship.
get in trouble.
Where you are on the radio.
You know, that was I played Assassin's Creed original one again, like halfway through.
Right.
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 halfway through,
right,
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 halfway through,
right,